Hi, thanks for coming and joining me for another Woolly Wednesday cast. Hope everybody's having a great day. Today is National Grape Popsicle Day, and whether or not that sounds delicious to you, we're going to celebrate grapes today with a demo circles to applique your grapes. So it's some different techniques you can use, and I'm going to show you how I do it just to save you a little time and make it a little bit easier. I need to click one little thing here. Okay, so I'm going to get started. Some people come in a little later, so maybe if I just kind of ramble on, they can catch the beginning of things. So first of all, to get in on our drawing, if you watch me every week, you know that we always have a drawing. And last week's winner, Kristen, won a kit to make a strawberry coaster and the kit to make the strawberry pincushions. So this week, the prize is a pattern to make our Chickadee quilt. I'm going to show you that in just a second. So that's the door prize drawing. So if you, hi Lynn, thanks for joining us. If you comment or share our video or make a purchase or anything to make yourself known to me that you were here watching, you get entered in the drawing. So again, today the drawing is to get a Chickadee wall hanging pattern. So this is my Chickadee wall hanging, and it's small. You can see it's not going to take up too much space to hang it up, but there's a lot of grapes on there. So I'll give you kind of a closer up view of it. There's a lot of grapes, a lot of circles to cut out. So I'm going to show you some tips on how to make it a little bit easier to do those circles. Doesn't that sound good? My little chickadee friend is joining me. I just made him his 3D from the same pattern on the wall hanging. Pretty easy. You just make two and sew them together. Give it a little stuffing. I'm going to set him aside. So I use circles for a lot of projects. Besides grapes, just about every time I do flowers, there's going to be circles. So there's flowers in the middle of the circles. Here, flowers in, this is my pole dancing. Birds. Down here at the bottom there's a bunch of flowers, and all of those have circles. So there's a lot of times you're going to need to be cutting out circles. You know, if you're just doing a penny rug, there you go. That's what circle. That's all. It's all circles. So I do sell a few different assortments of die cut circles. And just getting ready for this video, I thought, wow, I need to make some and sell them just for grapes. So I should just cut out. So if you're interested in that, comment that. If you guys think that's a good idea, if that's something I should do, because I could use my die cutter and cut them out quickly. Well, not that quickly, but it's quicker than cutting them up by hand, and they come out a little more circular. But I always figure, does it really matter if they're perfect circles on my piece? I don't really care. Grapes aren't necessarily perfect circles, so I don't think it matters. I got to get in closer to see comments. Hi, Kim. Got a box of wool, got a pillow. Excellent. Thank you so much. Oh, I got to scroll back here. I got a question. Kim, that is so cute. How do you cut such... I'm going to show you how to cut circles. Oh, thank you, Lynn. I don't wear a lot of purple, but I thought today I would. Okay, hi Debbie, thanks for coming. Bonjour Isabel, how are you? All right, let's get busy. Our coupon code today to get 25% off the whole website today only is, got to get this on here right, it's going to be Grape Day 25, because if you weren't here at the beginning, you might have missed that it's National Grape Popsicle Day. So we're all about the grapes today. So Grape Day 25 will give you 25% off site-wide. And if you missed that today and you don't shop today, you can use this one, May 20 for the rest of the month. That will give you a 20% discount on everything we're going to talk about today. But if you want anything else, get it today, 25% off. All right, I have to look in close. You are too far away. Oh, yes, Isabel, I'm not too far away. You're too far away, but I'm glad you're doing well. She lives in France. We'll see her again someday. All right, where was I? So I want to show you those things that you can get that 20% discount on. There's the chickadee wall hanging is available, just the pattern I showed you here. That's our drawing today. And you can get it in a kit. So in the kit you get all the wool you needed. The backing isn't included, but the background wool and all the applique wool is included. And then you'll also be able to get 20% off our Vineyard 6-pack. The 6-packs all have 6 pieces that coordinate. This has 6 purples. The pieces are about 7 by 7.5 approximately, so that will be on the discount. And then you can also get the kit of thread to make this wall hanging. I think there's 6 threads in here. We have the forest wool thread to do the leaves, and the harvest I used on the stems and the little viney things. And there's the evening thread from the chickadee. We have the vineyard grape, natural, and summer storm, my variegated in the grays. So those 6 threads come in the thread kit. So they're great thread colors for lots of applications, and you can get 25% off on that also. Okay, so to show you my circle how-to, I'm going to hang up the chickadees up here. If you get tired of looking at me, you can look at them. I used, also I'm going to include these 2 threads in the rest of the month on the 20% off, the Vineyard Grape, and this is the Vineyard Merlot. So if your grapes are a little more on the red violet side, that's a nice thread color. Oh, the 6-pack. Let me show you the colors that come in that so you can see them a little better. So you get some lilac and violet, nor amethyst, dark purple, and this is just purple. See, it's a little different than the amethyst, and a plum and an eggplant. So those are the 6 purples that come in the Vineyard 6-pack. Now, to get down to the circles, you can, hi Mom, thanks for coming. Did you get your groceries put away? All right, you can use, I have a Sizzix die cutter, and it cuts through wool great. I can cut several layers, like 3 easily, sometimes 4 gets a little sticky and they don't cut so great, but 2 or 3 is easy. The problem with it is if you don't already have one, it's expensive, the dies are expensive, it's a little time consuming, and I think it wastes wool, and I don't really need to waste my wool. We all know it's expensive, and why would we waste it? I don't know. I don't have a reason, except if you really want to save some time. So I don't know if it will show up You can kind of see the die. This one makes 1-inch circles, and they're not really close together. So if you're making your own circle templates, I'm just reading comments when I have to get this close. I'm too old to see them from far away. So if you use these, you waste so much. But if you're drawing your own circles, you can nest them right up next to each other and get a lot more circles cut out of your wool. And this is a 1-inch size. It's kind of big. Most of the time my grapes are smaller than that. This one is the only other die I found that has smaller, and I think, and this is like a, I don't know if let's see how much space is in between those circles. That's where the die is cutting, where you can kind of see the circles, and there's just too much wasted space. So it's really more difficult to manipulate your wool in there and not waste it. So I don't really recommend that. I mean, you can get one if you want to, but it is kind of a waste. Sorry about that, drop this. I also wanted to show you, you can just find stuff around the house to trace around. Like this little spool of thread is 1 inch. But it is harder, let's see if you can see where I'm working here. It's harder to trace around something. Let me pull this out. Because you have to, you know, kind of work around here and around here. And it's doable, but it's just a little more difficult. And I was going to grab a dime to see what size that is, because that's a little smaller than this. That might be a 5/8 inch circle. I'm not really sure. But, you know, if you can find little circles to trace around, you can do that too. I also have these circle templates. They're called Circle-E's, and I've had them for a long time. I think they're still available, though. I don't know why they wouldn't be. They're really made for for cotton applique, for needle turn applique. And if you're doing needle turn applique, they're great. They come with well, here, it shows you on the back of there's a little booklet on the inside, and it will show you the sizes of the circles there. And then you get these little templates. That one I haven't even cut them all out yet. So you get these little templates, and also in the package there is this other little template thing to help you form your cotton circles and then press them. So if you're doing needle turn applique, it's pretty slick, but I don't use that anymore because I'm just going to do wool applique. But you've got these great circles, and it's a lot easier to trace around the inside of the circle than it is around the outside of something. So, let's see, I'm just tracing them on my freezer paper. I have the shiny side of the freezer paper down, and I'm going to trace on the paper side. And you can just draw right in those little circles really fast and just fill your space up. And if you're using scraps, I figure how big my scrap is and kind of draw my circles so that they'll all fit in there onto my freezer paper. So these little templates are a great little tool if you can get your hands on one of these. But if you're not doing needle turn applique, then I don't think you need this either. The best thing to get is one of these, and it's just a circle template with a whole bunch of circles. This starts at 1.5 inches and goes down to a 1/16 of an inch, which you're not going to do that, but who knows, maybe you'd want to do a 1/4 inch circle. So you get a lot more for your money here, and this is a lot cheaper. Don't tell this lady, but we're not doing needle turn applique, so we don't need that extra tool in there. And this is better. And you can get one of these lots of places. You can get one at maybe the hardware store, or Michael's, or office supply store, an art supply store. There's just lots of places you can get these. Drafting supplies. So this is a pretty slick tool. I've had this a long time. I think I had this from college, from graphic arts class, way back before we did computer graphic arts. But lo and behold, you never know. You hold on to something, and someday you're going to have a reason, another reason to use it. Okay. So the thing about this is you want to make your pencil really sharp because you're tracing on the inside of the circle, and the larger your pencil is, the fatter the line is going to be, and it might make your circle smaller. But if you cut it out on the outside edge of the pencil line, then it keeps the same size of the circle template that you wanted. So again, just like the other template, you just put it down on your paper and just draw a bunch of circles. So that's just super easy. It is a cheap thing that will last forever. So tell you, mine is, I don't know, somewhere between 35 and 40 years I've had this baby. So could be high school. I had an architectural drawing class. I don't know. Probably even my dad gave it to me, and who knows how old it is. It was made in the USA. What's that tell you? All right, moving on. So I've got my wool scraps cut out here, and what I did was, because when I make my grapes, I'm going to use several colors of purple. So I probably used 4 different colors here. It's just more realistic looking, and you get a little more dimension. And I think if you have the same color too much, it's just a little flat. So I got my scraps already, and I traced circles and have them ironed on to all these pieces. So I traced them onto my freezer paper, and I traced more small circles than large circles, because that's kind of how this works. And anytime you're going to do grapes, I think you're going to use more small circles than large ones. So I traced them all on my paper, cut them apart into a size that would fit onto my wool, and ironed them down. If you're using that freezer paper, you just iron them down, shiny side down on the wool, because that will stick to the wool. And then you cut them out. And again, if you're cutting out a circle and it doesn't come out perfect, doesn't really matter, because it's a grape. And by the time you get it stitched down, nobody's going to really notice that it's not a perfect circle. Now, if you look at the paper, you can kind of see, I didn't even cut it perfect. I cut it quick, so it's not a perfect circle. But if I take off this paper and stitch it down on something, it's going to look like a circle. It's going to look like a grape. It's going to be great. So that's all you need to do, is get yourself one of these little things, this little circle template tool. Or if you also do needle turn applique and you have one of these Circle Ease gadgets, pull that out. The lady that developed this is a quilt pattern designer, so I think they might still be around. Copyright 1994, so I've had it a while. I used to do needle turn applique. Gail Alter, but it's Circle, C-I-R-C-L-E, Ease. Circle Ease. Okay. What did I forget? This is a quick one today, huh? I'm going to show my coupon codes again. What did I do with them? Here. Okay, so for the rest of the day, if you want to get 25% off site-wide, that code is GrapeDay25. And for the rest of the month then, until June 1st, we are using May 20 to get the 20% discount on the Chickadee thread kit, the Vineyard 6-pack, the Chickadee kit, the pattern. And if you're watching, still comment or share, or if you make a purchase today on the website, it gets you entered in the drawing for a pattern. My 2 thread colors, the Vineyard Merlot and the Vineyard Grape, are also going to be on that 20% off for the rest of the month. So thanks for coming. Thanks for joining me today for another Woolly Wednesday. And if you, I have to see, oh, I planned my outfit to go with the project today. How about that? Actually, I was just getting out summer clothes. My closet's not big enough for everything, and so I was getting out summer clothes because it's finally warm out here. And I saw this. I'm like, oh, that'll be perfect. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying. So have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you here next week. Oh, and if there's something you would like me to show you, or if you think I should kit up circles just for grapes and that would be a good thing people would want, let me know in the comments. Just share your thoughts with me. Anything that you think would be good that maybe I haven't thought of. But thanks for coming, and have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you next week. Bye now.